Assalamualaikum and hi. So we are from group 11. The major accident that we have been choose for the dust explosion is dust explosion at Nakanishi Manufacturers of Plastic and Metal Automotive Industry at 2015. So here are our team members, me, Ardiana Natasha, and Nur Alia Nabila, Azim Azuddin, and Muhammad Fikri. So I will pass to Aizuddin for the background of the accident.
Today, we would like to talk about an incident that occurred in 2015 at Nakanishi Manufacturing Corp's Winterville facility in Georgia. So this incident served as an important reminder of the importance of prioritizing workplace safety and also to address potential hazards quickly to protect employees. So on 2015, a maintenance technician at the Nakanishi Manufacturing Corp suffered severe burns in an explosion caused by the company's negligence towards safety. So despite the company's knowledge of the previous fires and also the knowledge of combustible dust hazards, they failed to take appropriate measures and address this issue. So following the incident, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, conducted an investigation to determine the cost and assess the company's compliance with safety regulations. So as a result, the proposed penalties was totaled about 145,000 USD around the value because of 18 serious violations, including one willful violation.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. So, I'm Fikri. Okay, my matrix number is 208257. Okay, so today I would like to talk about the chronology and the findings of this accident. Okay, so firstly, we all know that an explosion happened while a worker at Nakanishi Manufacturing Corps, okay, was running a dust collector and then the dust collector exploded and the man was engulfed in flames, resulting in third-degree burn to his upper body. Okay, so after that, after learning the employee's hospitalization, OSHA launched an inquiry, okay, and the company was cited by the government for one intentional, 18 serious and one other than serious safety and health violation. Okay, so said the director of OSHA, he said that Nakanishi Manufacturing had 4 previous fires in the dust collection system in Winterville, and management knew that the combustible dust hazard was not corrected, yet they continued to let workers operate the system. Okay, so next page. Okay, so from the date of receipt of the citation and recommended penalties, the employer has 15 business days to comply and request a session with Vulture or appeal the findings before the Independent Occupational Safety and Health Review Commission. Okay, so they have 15 days, and then OSHA suggested $144,995 in fines and issued Nakanishi one willful citation for exposing workers to unprotected machinery. Okay, so this serious citation relate to the employer's failure to first evaluate the performance of powered industrial truck operators at least once every 3 years. Okay, next they also fail to train and inspect workers on the specific procedure to prevent machinery from starting up during maintenance and servicing. Okay, and they also failed to provide a workplace free from recognized hazards, failure to train employees on the hazard of combustible dust, and lastly, they failed to conduct annual hearing tests for workers exposed to high noise level. Okay, so that's all the findings and all the chronology of the accident. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alia, and I'm going to present about the third scope of this case study, which is the evaluation and also analysis of the accident. So the first evaluation is issue arisen regarding the Nakanishi dust explosion. The first issue is exposing workers to unguarded machinery. This is because the company has failed to do the audit or the safety evaluation on the operating system, which harm the workers. The second issue is failure to evaluate the performance of powered industrial truck operators at least once every 3 years. This is because system operator is really necessary to be evaluated to identify any possible hazard, and the company can reduce the hazard earlier. And the third issue is lack of training and workers' inspection on the specific procedures to prevent machinery from starting up during maintenance and servicing. This is caused by the company's incompetency to prioritize safety at the workplace, which is issued as a violation. The fourth issue is lack of a workplace free from recognized hazards provided. As I mentioned earlier, safety in the workplace is very, very important to protect employees from any harm. Besides, it can also increase the productivity among the workers and increase the company's reputation. The fifth issue is failure to train employees on the hazards of combustible dust. Training on safety procedure is important to increase awareness and also knowledge among the workers. So whenever emergency happens, they are ready to do what they're supposed to do. The last issue is lack of an annual hearing test conducted for workers exposed to high noise level. This exposure is dangerous because it can cause hearing damage to the workers, and in a serious case, it can also influence with safety signals and alarm, as the high noise level can mask out the important safety signals such as warnings or alarms, which can increase the harm. The next evaluation is actions taken. There are three actions taken that has been taken regarding the explosion. The first action is OSHA has opened an investigation, and Nakanishi Manufacturing Corp received one willful, 18 serious, and one other serious safety and health citation. This is due to the Nakanishi Manufacturing Corporation has violated the regulation that has been established by the government. The second action is the employer has 50 working days to comply, request a virtual conference, or appeal to the Independent Occupational Safety and Health Review Commission. If the company doesn't take any action within 15 days, the company may face further consequences, and maybe they can be charged a higher fine than as it is. The third action that has been taken is OSHA also has proposed penalties totaling 144,995 USD dollar, and issued Nakanishi one willful citation for exposing workers to unguarded machinery. This is due to the violation that has been done by the company following the failure to recognize the hazard. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to our analysis tools. So for our major accident, the analysis techniques that we have been chosen is fault tree analysis, FTA. FTA is a tool to analyze the potential for system or machine failure by graphically and mathematically representing the system itself. So it is a top-down approach that reverse engineers the root cause of potential failure through the root cause analysis process. According to our major accident, which is our top event, is a combustible dust explosion occur when operating a dust collector at Nakanishi Manufacturing Companies. So, which is the top event, represent the types of event that at the top of the fault tree and prompt an investigation into the system failure. So, it has a single input but no relative outputs because it starts off the failure. So the next one, our IE, which is intermediate event, which is this event are generally caused by one or more events. So based on our major accident, our IE is deflagration and other fire which caused third degree burn to the victim. And the last one, our basic event, based on our major accident, which are the first one, inadequate design of dust collection operating system, and the second one is ignorance of the combustible dust hazard at the workplace. Okay, next, after we analyze our case of study related to the dust explosion major event, we recognize some impacts of the accident, which the first one impacts to the society, where the flames engulf the man and they're causing third degree burn to his upper body. And overall, the accident just include one injury and zero fatal. And then the impacts to the environment, there is no toxic chemical release to the environment specifically. And the last one, the impacts to the facilities, we can say that there is like serious financial losses in terms of damage to the facilities and downtime due to the explosion itself. Then I will pass to Azim for the conclusion and recommendation.
As a conclusion, we need to know that the importance of prioritizing workplace safety, and it is also critical for employers to proactively address hazards and ensure worker safety and they also need to comply with regulations to prevent such incidents from happening again. So recommend some of the recommendations that could be done to prevent this incident from happening again is the first one is to prioritize safety culture, which is to emphasize prompt identification and resolution of hazards. And the second one is to conduct hazard assessments. So we can companies should do regularly assess the workplace for potential hazards and mitigate risks through appropriate control measures. Third one is proper reporting and documentation. Companies need to maintain accurate records of workplace injuries and illnesses, as well as they need to report incidents or any injuries to relevant authorities. Then we need to also have a compliance with OSHA standards to ensure full compliance to maintain a safe working environment. And lastly is management accountability. So those management need to be need to be held responsible for workplace safety.
Last but not least, here are our list of reference for our case of study. And I think that's all from our group 11. Thank you so much.